Niggas ain't saying nothing about that shit. Every time I watch that video on YouTube, I'm looking like I got a cat fur. Piece of cat string on my goddamn hoodie. Niggas ain't even tell me. Niggas ain't even tell me. That's it be your own niggas that's close to you that do that to you too.
Man, fuck you.
I figured you would say that too. That's cool though. Ain't no worries.
Thank you for tuning in to Devil's Advocate. We got a special episode in store today. We got Sha in the building. We got Saucy Tonka in the building. What's up, fellas?
What's up, guys?
This our Father's Day episode, you know, because we all dads in here.
Yeah,
sure,
definitely.
For sure.
I'm back again, so that means I must be doing a good job. Like, this like my third joint. So keep pushing for me, y'all.
So explain your father's situation. Like, is, you know, how many kids y'all got? Is it girls? Is it boys? I'm a girl dad. Everybody know. You know, I got one daughter, Mackenzie, but I got two stepdaughters too. But they both girls, so I'm a girl dad. Basically.
Yeah, all the way around. Damn.
Yeah. Can't escape it. I got 7-year-old niece too, which is a girl. I'm just a girl dad all around, so I'm dealing with all types of feelings and emotions and stuff.
Right. That's why he's soft like that. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense.
Yeah, but I got two boys, man, 18 and 5. You know, like
18. God damn.
Your son just graduated, right?
Yeah.
Congrats, man.
Thanks, man. Going to Penn State, man.
Oh, that's a
took
blessing.
him up there for orientation Sunday and Monday. Yeah, man. My 5-year-old just graduated from pre-K to kindergarten.
Damn, that's a blessing.
Two
man.
boys,
that's
5 and
boys,
18.
Man. Weekend was just crazy, man. Probably the best weekend of my life, man. Just last week. Yeah, man.
I can imagine how that feel, bro. Like,
hell yeah, man.
Yeah, they come from where we come from to raise two boys, and for one to be going to Penn State, going to college, bro.
No, that's what's up, though.
Yeah, man. I'm real proud, man.
Wow, you never went to college?
No, man. I wish I did, but you know, I never lived that through my son. I always instilled that to him. The crazy part, I thought he would have grew up playing basketball, so you know how much I love sports.
Yeah.
But academic wise, he doing his thing, man. Like he just on another level.
He definitely did that for you.
Yeah,
he definitely did that for
That's what's up.
Hey, man.
So what's your favorite thing about being a dad?
I got one son for people that don't know. I just had my first kid. You know what I mean?
Congratulations. How old?
He too, man. That terrible 2 stage is real.
It's real.
I'm telling you, I'm looking right in the camera. It's real, bro. It's real. Like, you know what I mean? So, and that word no, like, it's like the disrespect be right at you. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm like, yo, did you poop? People like, no. I'm like, all right.
Who you talking to like that?
Nigga, why you stink then? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's a real thing, though. Shout out to him, though. That's my best friend right now. I can't even front.
So what's your favorite part about the whole dad experience, though?
Watching them grow and seeing everything that, you know, that they learning on each day. Like, I always think about, like, you know, now that I'm a father, I get to see, like, I get to have that feeling what my dad had when I was growing up as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So just to see it, like, you know, to see my son growing up every day, I'm like, damn, he gonna grow up one day disrespect me and shit. Like, you know what I mean? He gonna grow up now. I'm gonna be the corny old head, like, Pop, you drawing? Like, yeah, I'm gonna be the one that's drawing. So like, just to see like that, you know, his growth, and he only 2 years old, and I'm excited about that already. So and to hear him say that his son's 18 and graduating, like, you get, I mean, graduated and going to Penn State, like,
So
I
just
can't wait
feeling.
for that. Yeah.
I don't know. You probably can relate to me. My favorite part about being a dad is just as simple as hearing the word dad.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, growing up, we always said dad, but hearing the word dad, for some reason, just come with this different type of responsibility. And especially me being a girl dad is like, dad. Like, it's so much power in that word that, like, I feel like, you know, if she out on the street and somebody, you know, she say, I'm going to get my dad on you. Like, that come with that responsibility. We're like, all right, I'm dad. I got to come and, like, you know what I mean, protect.
You're officially a grown man. Like, like, you know, everybody was saying you 18, 21. I'm an adult, but when you have, like, a person calling you
dad, like,
like,
they look, like, it's secure, like, as much security as you looked at your dad, calling your dad, or even calling your mom, you know, when you was younger, like, you that protector, like, you know what I mean?
Different.
Just hearing that, like I said, come with a like different type of responsibility that I'm wearing my jacket. So that's my favorite part. Just hearing daddy, hey dad, look at this. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I definitely do. What's your favorite part?
Like, my favorite part about you saying being a dad.
Yeah.
Like, to me, like, it's different between, you know, being a father
Yeah.
Explain the difference between being a dad and being a father. That's a point.
No slight to nobody, but like men that don't take care of their kids.
Nut ass niggas.
It could be for whatever reason, but just not in their life or trying to be. If it's hard to be, being hard for them not to be around, you know what I mean? But then you got the dads. They're thick or thin, from colds, from catching a cold, simple as cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But trying to protect them from COVID and all that stuff versus buying some high price sneakers.
Definitely agree with you about being like a father and like some people not able to be in their children's life, and like people that do jail time and stuff like that, or or maybe like living situations, maybe they live in a different state, but I feel as though like it's 2021, that communication still could be there. I mean, you might not be able to be there physically, but I know now you could literally get a FaceTime call from a nigga from jail. You get what I'm saying? So, and it's multiple ways to still build, with your child. And I like how you said like being there for them like every day, even when they sick. Like that's a big thing. Like
So that's your favorite part about being a dad, or just being there?
Yeah, just watching something that you brought into this world, not but you raise them like the tools your mom and dad, grandmom taught you. No matter what.
Just passing the baton type.
Yeah. And actually seeing it being done. You know what I mean? Sometimes you gotta be on them harder than others. Pause.
Yeah,
right?
No, you good, bro.
Well, this a mature show.
This a no pause zone, bro.
Like, a no pause zone.
No
it's
pause
cool.
zone.
You free to talk.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine.
So what's the most frustrating thing about being a dad? Because we all had them moments too. We ain't perfect.
Hey man, for me, man, it's just like no matter how many times you ask, just sometimes being hard headed. It could be 2 years old, 5, 18, 16. Sometimes you got not say actually a hard headed child, but more so a child is just you got to repeat yourself
multiple times. Yeah,
and get aggravated sometimes.
Yeah,
especially doing dad things, buying $600 shoes and video games. You got to be on point, man.
Yeah, that's true.
The most frustrating thing for me is like the stage where you gotta like chastise them. You know what I mean? Because like I said, I'm a girl dad, so it's different.
Right.
It's kind of different like chastising a girl than it is a boy. Because girls, they feelings get hurt a little more.
Right.
And like it's just like that switch that gotta come on and off. Like I could be sitting there chilling, playing the game or something. Like I'm cool, I'm in my own world. But if Kenzie do something, or you know what I mean, if she do something, I gotta turn that switch on and be mad. When in reality, I probably really don't care that much, but I do. But I gotta put on that act to let her know, like, yo, you know what I mean. So like, it's just that switch, like the most frustrating thing, where like you gotta be mad when you supposed to be mad.
Right, for
you
sure.
know what I mean?
I definitely agree with that. Knowing that my son is 2, and his nickname Papa's, right? And so I used to box, so I'm like, yo, pop, like, you know what I mean. And then when people come over, he'll be doing that, and I'll be like, I got to get mad at him, like, bro, you can't do that. Say to random people, but in reality, I'm like, I really don't care, like, you know what I mean? Because we be having fun. So that's like one of the most frustrating things, and also just not having no control over, their health or anything like that, or their decisions they're going to have in life. I kind of realized that, basically during the pandemic. My son was born during the pandemic, and just like his condition, you know what I mean, and everything like that. You don't have no control over that. You get what I'm saying? So that's just like one thing I had learned like at the early stage of fatherhood is like the frustration come when you can't control, what's happening to your children.
No, I do know
saying?
exactly what you're talking about. And the crowd, I hear a lot of moms talk about that too, but I'm looking at camera, moms, dads feel that too. Or dads. Only because I know exactly what you're talking about. His son as small as Kenzie coming in and say, Daddy, my stomach hurt, and you know that she not acting the way that she normally act. You just feel bad, like, damn, I wish I could take this stomach ache for you so you can go play. You know what I mean? So I know exactly what you're talking about. Dads do feel that. That's a beautiful thing.
Women like are nurturers, so they kind of like coach them through their pain. When men, we like, man, if I'm trying to solve your problem. You get what I'm saying? I think that's a problem too, because we like, well, how can I fix this? How can I make this better? And some things you just can't. You just gotta literally hold his hand through whatever they're going through.
Yeah, I think that's like go hand in hand what I was basically saying about what was the most frustrating thing, where like you said, women nurturers. So you know, if we got to be the stern one, it's like I don't want to be the like I keep saying I got
the
girl
bad guy.
dad, so like I got to be the bad guy.
It
Like
definitely be frustrating.
that shit break my heart. Like I gotta sit there and holler at you. I gotta like. You know what I mean?
No,
like I gotta. I don't be feeling like doing that. Like
you love your kids and they you know they do right already, but they frustrate you at times too.
Yeah.
It could be the smallest thing. You know what I mean?
What's the biggest life lesson that fatherhood taught y'all?
Don't take too much for granted.
Explain.
Like you just like you doing things for them, raising, being there. You know what I mean? But you still like selfish. You got just like selfish ways.
Mm-hmm.
You think what I mean? Working too hard, working more hours, not giving back to you, just spending time with them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes we take things for granted. It could be for give or take.
No, I definitely agree with that. And I'm like my son only 2, so I really don't have too much experience of being a father. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Just yet. You know, well, at least like fathering my own child. You get what I'm saying? I got my little sister. That's like my daughter too. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But besides that, it's like I work a lot. Like you know what I mean? So if I could pick up an extra shift here or there, whatever, you know, work 2 jobs, maybe 3 jobs sometime in the summer, just to make extra money.
Right.
But that, you know, so my son could be okay, so the mother could be okay. But at the same time, like when I just got off like this last little week and a half, I just had off for real. Like he been loving seeing me all the time. Like you get what I'm saying? So I really gotta think, do I need to work this much or spend more time with my son? So I think money and time, I think that's I gotta find a balance with that.
Oh, so that's what it taught you.
Yeah,
like
I gotta find a balance with that.
How important time really is opposed to just money.
Having money. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because you know it's rich niggas with nannies like that don't even see their kids.
Yeah, the biggest lesson it taught me was just patience.
Right.
And I want to say this again for the 3rd time. Just girl dads, you dealing with emotions. Just I'm in a house full of emotions. Like you know what I mean?
And your girl. Oh my God, bro.
He say your girl.
I would lose my mind.
Yeah, I'm surrounded by all girls, so like you know I gotta.
No 2K players, like no Madden players, like.
Right.
It ain't that bad because I'm used to it though. But you know what I mean? Just dealing with feelings. You already know that. You know I'm self-aware when it comes to my feelings or my emotions, like you know, opposed to other people's too. But when you're dealing with kids' emotions, that's a little different.
Yeah, that's a different.
You know what I mean? Like you know, trying to figure out emotions, like you know, with my girlfriend or even like you know my homies, like everybody grown, so you approach them a different way. But with kids, though, like, you know, sometimes you got to word stuff a little different. Sometimes you got to listen a little different. You know what I mean? So, like, the biggest lesson it taught me, is having patience for, you know, my girls in there. Like, when they go through whatever they go through emotionally. Like, that's what it taught me. Like, patience, that everybody, you know, this kid, you can be this stern with this kid, but this kid, you don't got to be stern with it. Like, this one get it the first time. Like, this one get it in this tone. This one only respond to this one. You know what I mean? So it just taught me patience and how to deal with, like, you know, other people.
And you a girl dad, and like the rumor is, like, you know, that the older they get, the more complicated parenting get with women versus, you know, men. When they get older, relationship wise, you know, boys might not talk too much to our parents, our fathers, or mother about our relationships more, so we could find that within our friends, our homies.
Mm-hmm.
Versus a girl might could find within her mother or her father. You get what I'm saying? So you have to deal with those type of things when you get older. I'm not saying I'm excited to see that, but I like that process because, you know, a lot of our homies got daughters. You get what I'm saying? So I really want to see how it go because, you know, we was young at one time. We was 14, 15 dealing with girls, and we put them through BS. So I see the other side of that. Like I've always
to see the karma that's coming from
that,
coming
like,
from
us.
us.
Right. One thing I would really tell my son though, like honestly, like I have talks about this, is like I want to let him know, like I'm looking at the camera. This is for my son. Like you don't have to have multiple women to feel like you are a man. Like really. I would tell my son like to not even date multiple girls. Don't even focus on girls. Like even in high school, go get your degree. Do what you want to do. Achieve what you want to achieve first. Right. The women going to come later. Right. They're going to come at all points of your life. But I definitely do believe chasing yams is definitely a distraction. Like, you spend time and energy into that. Mm-hmm. And whoever you deal with, they do take from you. You get what I'm saying? They do shape you. As we said in the first podcast, like, I don't do social media relationships. Now, if I wasn't even dealing with multiple women doing what I want to do, focus on me, then maybe I probably won't have that problem to today. Like, you know what I'm saying, to this day.
What's one thing about fatherhood that you know now that you wish you knew sooner?
Nigga, I'm new, so I'm gonna let you answer this question. I'll let y'all niggas answer this question.
I mean, you could just say something that you learned. That's all. Something that you caught on
Patience,
to
man.
yesterday or something that you wish like, damn, I should have been knew this.
I think for me, it was like maybe a few things, just patience and let go certain expectations. You dig what I'm saying? Like you at the end of the day, you still want them to be a child, still live their life, so you can't hold the grip. You know, if you have to, not because of, you know, just how my son's been raised. I don't have to have the grips on him at all times.
Yeah.
I like, with that being said, like, it's not my child better than nobody. I just think my kids are responsible.
Right.
You think what I mean?
That comes with great leadership, though. So shout out to you
right.
for that. Yeah. No, you was right. Like, cause
it's
like
cool.
one thing I learned just from this nigga. You said don't take it for granted. Like this kid graduating. I'm graduated from high school going to Penn State. Like that's a major accomplishment, right? So I'm like, damn, I can't wait till my son graduate. But like, no, I'm gonna take it day by day. You know, it's step by step. You know, grade by grade, and just like appreciate those moments and live with those moments with him. And just be happy that, inshallah, that I still be alive to even make it to the moment where as though I could watch him go down the aisle. Right. Like, so that's one thing I'm gonna take with me. Not take it for granted, bro.
I cried 3 times that day.
That's a beautiful thing.
Happy the mug, man.
I think I can answer that question now. It's not so much that like it was something that I knew now that I wish I knew sooner. It was something that I knew sooner, so I don't gotta go through it now.
Right.
If that makes sense. And the lesson I learned is like people ask like, you know, how can I spend that much time? Not how can I spend that much time with my daughter, but I guess as a dad, it's kind of weird that I spend that much time with my daughter. It's because one thing I do know that kids grow up fast. They grow up super fast. Like, you know, one day they 1 and then, you know, it seems like the next day they 3. Right. And then you look up, they graduating from college. You know what I mean?
Yeah, my son already telling me no. Like, damn, bro.
So with that being said, like, as quick as I know the time go by, like the different phases that I had with Mackenzie, I know that I want to be there for every single one of them.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I spend that much time with her. Like, you know, right now she's at the phase where she like toys. You know, she had the toy Barbie. All she want for her birthday is toys, and which is, you know, so easy to get. Like, I don't want to look up one day and now, you know, it skipped the toy process and now you into boys and stuff like that. I want to be present for every single phase just so I can think back and remember all the times that we had together.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I know those phases go by super duper fast, so I don't want to miss none of them.
Like I said, that comes with not say. But just like I said earlier, versus being the father and the dad, you dig what I mean? You don't necessarily have to be with the mom and all that stuff. To be there for your child. You dig what I mean?
Man, that's real talk.
That's real talk. Like being a father, like, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we can sit here and tell it glitz and glamour, but that shit take hard work. I'm gonna keep it real. Hard work
and patience. What I was saying earlier.
I know that's like kind of like a sidebar, but I really do hate. I'm not gonna say hate because hate is a strong word. I really don't. Sometimes I lose respect for men if I hear them like, "Man, my baby mom doing this. She making it X, Y, Z hard for me to be a part of my child's life." At the end of the day, I don't think it's nobody can make it hard for you to be in your child's life. Man, you could take your baby mom to court just as much as she could take you to court. Like, if she don't want you to see your child, well, let me go and get this lawyer right. And let me get these days
What's
right
that,
now.
10th and Filbert? They make 10th and Filbert for guys, too.
Yeah,
like,
you know, I know it's hard
but that's our culture thing, too. Where you feel like we're telling on them or going to the quote-unquote law
and all that. But it's like, man, if you got to call me a snitch to be in my son's life every day, bro, then call me a snitch. I don't care about that. Like, that's just how I feel.
Yeah.
I don't care what my baby mom think about me. Like, if I got to do this route to see my son, it's more effective than me not being around.
Right.
And it's more effective, like, so imagine when your son know who you are and you still ain't piece of shit dad. Like, that gotta hurt the kid even more than like not even seeing you at all. Like, oh, my dad live in Atlanta, so we talk here and there. But for y'all to see each other around in the same neighborhood or run into each other in the same clubs, and you just see your dad like, and he's not nothing of a father figure. It's like that gotta be like.
Yeah, I wonder how motherfuckers like that feel on Father's Day though. It gotta be super fucking awkward though. Like everybody celebrating. It's like you got a kid out there. You just.
I'm gonna keep it big, yo.
That's different, bro.
Look, man.
It gotta be awkward though. Like
I don't know about that, but I would say that. How it make you
crazy.
feel. You could do the best. You could do the best in all your power to be on fatherhood, like towards your kid. On Father's Day, you still get shit like socks and shit, man.
Bro, listen, Darius Slade just tweeted.
I really don't want that shit. I feel some
you
type of
get
way.
socks
bro,
and ties.
My oldest son last year, I got mad as shit with him.
He was 17 too when he
You
gave.
should book me in U2K, nigga. You should go to 2K. That's crazy because Darius Slade just tweeted. He was like, I just went at 6 stores a day. He said, well, I don't see no balloons for Father's Day. I don't see nothing up that say anything about Father's Day. He's like, but let Mother's Day come around. Everything is right in your face for Mother's Day.
Yeah.
There's niggas on the sideline of each avenue selling stuff for Mother's Day. Have you seen somebody selling some balloons? Anything out on the streets for Father's Day?
No, the crazy part is like, the crazy part is Mother's Day get their own holiday, but Father's Day we gotta share it with grads though. It's say dads and grads. Why we gotta share our shit though? Like,
cause we ain't shit. That's that's what it is.
I ain't get the combo gift.
That's it. That's where
get
it's
the
at.
combo joint.
Man, the gifts be they be appreciative.
No, yeah, I get it. I
get it.
I get little handmade cards and I get
I'm telling my
hugs.
son, listen, bro, listen, when you get old enough for Father's Day, bro, like, listen, man, just get like 300 ones, right?
Yeah.
Just save them up and just be like, yo, Pop, take this joint to the pick. You know what I mean? Take this down to a little show and tell saying, give me 300 ones. Let me just go throw it. Fuck it. Let me go that way.
Let's go.
I mean, just do something like that. Like, you know what I mean?
No, I get handmade cards. No, but the energy that my daughters like show me around Mother's Day, you know, they all come to me. I want to get my mom something, this and the third. So we gotta go to this store and guess who all paying for it?
You.
But I don't see none of that energy on Father's Day though. Father's Day, I get some last minute boy. I ain't gonna say. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I get last minute. Like I think. They could be a little more thoughtful.
No,
that's all.
Nigga, it's the thought that counts, nigga.
It could be a little more thoughtful
I love
though.
it. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying?
That's cool. So look, you just tell your son, guess what? You gonna get older, and this is gonna happen to you. So
No,
you
just
gonna-
just tell him you got enough.
Just
Just tell him you got enough socks. Just say I got enough socks. That's all.
Yeah, right.
All right. So, which similarities do y'all share with y'all kids? Just similarities and the differences. Like
the drive, like
that's what he get from you.
I believe amongst other things, being mannerable, you know.
Yeah.
Courteous, you know, he cool. Man, my son, he cool, man. And that, like, it didn't just pop up like that overnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what he got from me, like, sense of humor. Boy, don't say too much, but when he do, it be funny and shit.
Yeah.
That's a problem, because you don't. This nigga right here, bro.
Yeah. I'm
That's
surprised. I'm
no
surprised.
matter
He ain't-
where- Listen, when he
This
said Sha
control
was
shot right now. Like
when he said Sha was coming on the podcast, I said, bro, let me get ready, bro. Like, I see this. It don't matter where this, I meet this.
no, he
nigga
chilling
at.
because he ain't got his hair cut. That's why.
I'm looking at that, man.
That's why, because he be on 100, man. You gotta respect it though, man.
All right, hold on. Let's tune back. Let's go back in though. So you say the drive and the sense of humor.
Sense of humor, but just
You share like any differences with you at all?
yeah.
Hair.
He couldn't wait to say that.
Definitely.
He couldn't wait to
No,
say
I
that,
got
bro.
baldy too.
He couldn't wait to say that, bro.
All right.
Definitely that. But it's just like, you know, even things you know as when you becoming a man, when you get mature, not just 21, sometimes take longer. You know what I mean? But those that grasp it at that age, that's what's up. Or younger, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But I see that, you know, I got to an age like, you know, just, I guess they say going through phases and shit, trying shit, like, you know.
You was doing that when you was that age?
What's that?
Phases and like trying different stuff like.
No, like you know, just like I said, like I like to be outside.
Your
know
son
what I
like to
mean?
be outside?
He really not I say that with society now, like with kids, that the ones that still kids instead of running around the street and all that
Yeah,
shit.
real rap. Yeah.
Like I'd rather how the world is now. I'd rather my child be in a house on an iPad or playing a video game with his friend online that live next door, all that type shit. That shit cool. I'm alright. Like
Yeah,
my
that's-
son ain't grow up like I can say like me like not saying things like having material things and stuff. I think they live better, but the world they live in now is just like we heard about people getting killed, robbed and stuff like
And you
that.
get to see it now more than
You
anything.
see it now, but you're a father now.
Yeah. So that's probably
There's a
why I be on
difference.
point.
Yeah.
Before we'd rather sit around that and we know the right from wrong. You think what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But
I think-
now you would teach that.
Yeah, to
difference
tag
your
onto your
child.
point
right.
though, even though we got a little off topic with
Right.
John, to tag onto your point though, I can tell you this as a girl dad though, like, Wayne, as y'all, with fathers that y'all, they got sons and stuff, right? Y'all got to worry about, like killings and, seeing stuff on the news and, and I understand that feeling. With daughters, we worry about those Amber Alerts.
Yeah, but again,
You know what I mean?
kidnapped, like,
And I'm not
yeah.
saying that girls is exempt from getting shot, and I'm not saying that boys is exempt from getting
taken
kidnapped.
care of. Yeah, right.
But statistically speaking, like more boys get shot and more girls get taken.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's like my equivalent to, you looking at articles and basically seeing your son in it.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? What similarities do you share with your son?
Look, my son only 2, right? So, and it's crazy because his personality, like, it's like mine's already. Like he goofy, bro. Like he's always smiling, always playing. My dad was a dancing boy, I was a dancing boy back in the day. Now my son just a dancing boy. Yeah.
Dancing boy.
Yeah. I mean, like, not like I could pop like dance, but like
Whoa.
mirror, like I like to go to parties and all
I
that.
like
so
to move his body.
I be in the
Yeah.
mix. You get what I'm saying? Like so,
Saucy.
more
He
so of that.
says saucy.
Yeah, Sha gonna get mad because he was too old to come to our saucy parties back in the day. That's a whole.
That's
nother
another conversation.
That's a whole
Y'all,
conversation. But
you and a couple other
but-
dudes was banging on the door trying to get in.
niggas was 30 out here.
no,
Tom-
no, they ain't true. They ain't true. They ain't
It was
true.
I ain't put no dirt in my
They-
man.
No,
man.
they
I'm
ain't
playing
true. They ain't
around.
true. We playing, but
But like the differences though that I noticed with my son, and this might sound funny already, that he can speak better than me already, and I credit him. Like I credit his mom to that. Like 'cause she speaks so well and so fluent.
and you
Shout
say
out
stuff
to the
like you know what I'm
moms.
saying.
Yeah, when I'm talking, because I want you. Because niggas
want
normally
you
don't
to-
understand me, so I want to know, do you understand me? And it's crazy because when I'm at work, I speak a whole different way.
You just comfortable. You just want to get your point across.
Yeah, I'm having a
Comfortable.
conversation with people I
Yo.
know and love. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Versus me being like I gotta be professional.
Right.
So,
Right.
but he speaks like well, and he only 2, and I'm saying that this for a 2-year-old. So I can't wait to see as
The
older
progress.
when he get older. Like I don't think the words he be saying he should be saying already, and it'd be messing me up. Like you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know that feeling though, because Kenzie like that. The similarities I share with her, of course, is we both wear glasses.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
We
she
both,
look cute in hers though. We can't say the same thing
So
for
you
you,
call me
nigga.
ugly balls.
Yeah, I could call you ugly.
But no, similarities. We both wear glasses. She goofy as shit, like just like I'm silly as shit too. But also her mom is silly too. So
Yeah.
I can't tell you where she get the goofiness from. But everybody know that Kenzie is a clown.
Yeah,
though, like
yeah,
in the
she get it
most
from you
in the
'cause you
most
a
cutest
goofy.
way though. Like I'm a goofy, but she goofy. That's two different
It's two
goofies.
different
so,
things. Yeah, I know.
But the differences, I don't know. The differences is, I can't really say right now, but I can say when I was her age, when I was 7, I wasn't as outgoing as she was though,
Yeah.
and I wasn't as smart as she was. A lot of people will call me smart though, but I'm telling you, this little girl, like you said, amazes me every time. You know what I mean?
Just
Every
see
time
the
she read, like,
videos,
yeah, we
bro,
just sitting there
like,
watching TV with subtitles on, and like just the stuff that she like read out loud.
Right.
It's different.
You know what I mean? It threw me off guard. Like
Right.
if I was to put that, shout out to Capital Punishment. If I was to, put that in front of her, I'm pretty sure she would read Capital Punishment.
Right.
And her personality, like it's just like it lights up the room. Like even during the video, I was watching y'all 2 podcasts. I'm like, yo, like
She wasn't nervous though, but
yeah,
but
to
I was
be
saying
that age to talk.
when I was
like
7,
that.
I would have been in a ball.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
So-
I'd have been scared with the mic in front of me. Yeah, pause.
So that's the. So, this is a Father's Day episode,
This is
so
a
this
Father's Day
shit,
episode,
so this gonna be
man.
immature. Like dads don't grow up for some reason.
Yeah,
So what's the secret to raising good kids?
Just like the secret. I don't know what the secret is. Like a lot of my stuff, I learned from my parents. So it's just like the tools that you.
But keep it real. Was
using
you a
the
good
tool.
kid?
I believe so.
No.
Yeah,
No, Sha used to rumble all the time. That's his personality.
No.
Nah, bro.
I knew.
You
First of all,
used to
I was a
get
good-
beatings and all that, bro. You got chased around the block before. You wasn't a good kid, bro.
Everybody got their
Straight
ass whooped
cat,
by
but
their-
you
I
wasn't.
know I got my ass whooped by my mom and dad.
Yeah, because
Not really by my dad or too much.
I said, what's the secret of raising a good kid? He said, he told us, you know how I was raised. Bro, you wasn't a good kid, though.
No, I was cool, man. I was respectable, man. I was cool. I knew right from wrong, but I was definitely cool.
That nigga just said everything about his morals. We all know was right from wrong.
Yeah.
You know, you walking down the street and you kick somebody's door and playing ding dong dipsy, whatever that game called. You know right from wrong, but you still did
You
it.
supposed to do, everybody experienced to have fun doing that. Especially my growing up, dude.
No, you can't do that now. Niggas getting shot. So
you
yeah,
can't do that.
y'all young niggas leave people doors alone nowadays,
Don't-
bro.
don't
Don't
do
do
it.
that. There's a difference.
To me, the secret of raising good kids is, like you said, morals. Like teaching them to have morals, though. Teaching them to have respect. Teaching them how to mind their business too. That's like
Say that again, bro.
That's another thing.
I
Teaching
should
them how
drop
to
a
mind their
bomb
business.
on that joint like flex, bro. Say that again, bro.
No, like because a lot of these situations, especially when you kids and stuff, like if you teach them how to mind their business, they won't get caught in the he said she said stuff.
Right.
And you know how popular that was back then when we was kids.
Right, take it to the law of conspiracy too.
Yeah, mind your business. Like he say, she say. Rather if they instigate stuff or known as the person who can't keep hold tea in school or just
That's
being
a different problem,
or just being messy basically like just her Kenzie is, for example, Kenzie telling me stuff about her mom and then she going back and talking trash about me to her mom like so just the secret of raising good kids is just like to teach them to be respectful and to teach them to mind their business.
Right.
Yeah.
Basically.
I would say I think one of the main secrets would be like just being fully present with your child.
Right.
Like just being there and moments of birthdays, graduations, like just on a day-to-day basis, like your son know how to skate, you go skating with your son. Those moments is like it's just everything. Like I know we always talking about taking care of our kids financially, but I remember me going to the park with my dad teaching me how to shoot.
Right.
Shoot the basketball more than him buying me Jordans every day when he had his run.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? So that's like, to me, it's like being present. It's always being there that your kids know that they can count on you, or just know like my father's around, my mother's around. Like I know I could go to them for something. If I'm feeling some type of way, I could come talk to them. And, at your own pace, of course.
Yeah.
So I always be mindful of like, be present. So
I was just about to say that is being present though. That is the main secret though to raising good kids. If you let them know you care, if you let them know you there,
right,
it's not too much that they're gonna do.
And being transparent with your mistakes too. Like a
Ooh,
lot of parents,
explain that.
A lot of parents try to act like they ain't do what you did.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like mothers, like I'm sorry. Like you just
that was my problem with my parents.
Your daughter like back in the day, like yo man, I used to be out here in these streets doing X, Y, and Z with multiple men. And
all right, you ain't gotta tell them that part, but being more transparent, I do get it.
So why not though? Why not though? If your mom as a mother in the daughter situation, if a mother can sit there and explain to the daughter like, don't try to do this because look how it could end to this.
No,
right?
I'm
that's
saying
like
I'm not disagreeing. I'm just saying the way you worded it though.
I'm not no mom, bro.
I'm just saying the way you word. Cause if you come out that raw though, like it can either go. Listen, it can either go one or two ways. The first way is they can understand where you coming from and respect it and not do it, or you telling them that can justify them doing it.
I just look
like,
at it.
You did that too.
No, I just look at it like this. You're going to communicate how you communicate, right? Everybody, we communicate different amongst our loved ones, right? So for me, with my son, I would be like, I did X, Y, and Z. I know I can't stop you from doing it, but these were my outcomes. Right. Your outcomes might be different. You get what I'm saying? But I know, but let's just talk about the consequences behind these behaviors. This what can happen if you do X, Y, and Z. Now, that's not like sugarcoated. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, let's really walk through these steps. And let's see what, I always talking about this, like what is reward and risk. Like the risk you take, is it worth the reward at the end of the day? So I think we gotta be transparent with our kids, man. Imagine how many fathers wasn't transparent with their sons that's out here shooting. You get what I'm saying? Like, imagine like, nah, bro, I shot at a nigga when I was 15. Guess what? Doing 25 to 50. That's why you talking to me on this phone.
Yeah. You
can do it, but this is how I live up here every day. This is what you got to live up here doing every day. So let me tell you, You gonna have to find out for yourself, obviously. But let me give you this game. Let me tell you the consequences behind it.
Yeah.
And versus the mom, like, yo, look, I did XYZ. That's why, look, I know your dad, but I don't know they two dads. And you see how I struggle. I gotta take care of all three of y'all by myself.
Right.
Because I chose this I chose this type of man to lay down with.
That's a great point.
That's what
man.
I mean. Like,
That's
you
a
gotta
great.
be
I can't
transparent,
never
bro.
follow behind that. That's a great point, and I'm clipping that. That's a
Yeah.
great point, though. You think today's fathers got it easier than like fathers back then? If y'all had to compare, like, as a dad, like, would you rather be a dad in this era or a dad back in the day?
I'm gonna say only reason I'm gonna say back in the day was because gas right now high as shit.
Yeah, bro.
Gas high as shit.
Yo, y'all hear that, right? These gas prices, bro, like
They got you not wanting to get your kids.
Yeah, she gotta beat you halfway. Like, listen, you might have to meet me look on West Philly, 52nd Street. I'll take it from there. Like, I ain't driving all the way to your house and you somewhere.
They got you not even wanting to go. I gotta go pick up the Kenzie after this joint.
And bring her back. Like, no, I'm about to. You can come pick him up, man.
That's a good point.
I'm like y'all know, I'm older than y'all.
Yeah.
But in the same token, like, you know, like the verse is different than now. Like it's more not saying more technology. Like things evolve.
Yeah.
And I'm fine with change, like adapt and trying new shit. Like
Yeah,
what
no,
I mean? Like,
yeah.
that's cool.
It's like the difference between like getting your son off them phones or getting him out the streets.
Yeah,
Like which
stay
one
on
would
the
you
phone,
rather
stay
do?
on
Because
the
back in the day
phone.
before technology, everybody was running the streets.
outside. We was outside. Man, I had to take an ass over for my mom to go play it back in Vegas, playing on the court.
Yeah, like,
You know
come
what I'm
on,
saying?
bro.
Mom used to come outside looking for me. No, my sister used to come looking for me, fuck me up in front of people, then go in the house get my ass kicked.
Look, after you cry, you back outside,
Yeah.
though. It is what it
Nah,
is.
man, I took two ass whoopings. I got chill.
You got, see, I was hard headed, bro. I'm like, man, listen, you gonna get this. Let me get this whooping now, so I can go back out in 10, 15 minutes. You know what I mean? Let me get
the
myself together.
sacrifice, Joe. Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta take the
He said a
sacrifice.
sacrifice,
You gotta
Joe.
take a sacrifice.
So what you think, Tony?
So we like in a cusp of both generations, right? But like it's key on is like evolution, right? Because by the time our kids get older, it's gonna be a whole different world than what we're experiencing now. So I really can't say back in the day because like think about what our parents had to go through the discrimination back then versus it is now. Like I know people might be like, well, it's hard as inflation, but we got a better chance of getting a good paying job now than we did 20 years ago.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So that's like a big thing. So financially, I might could be able to provide for my son more, but also like 20 years ago, it might have been a better village to raise your kids. I don't care if y'all was all poor in the projects, but it was some stuff I couldn't do around other adults that knew my parents versus these kids now. Because if they, mom,
back then it took a village. Now,
mom, Tonka said this to me, like, and they'd be right at me. Versus back in the day, they'd be like, well, what you do to him?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that switch right there. So that's what I was like. It has its pros and its cons, like you said, like technology. You know, like your son could get rich off his cell phone. Back then, he couldn't do that. You know, but also your son could get preyed on by a predator off his cell phone.
Right.
On your daughter, right? Back then, that normally didn't happen.
Me, I don't know. I think being a parent now is a little easier. Of course, it's hard because I was a kid back then, so I can't ever speak to the parenthood back then. But I would like to think that it's easier because, like, one thing, you know, that's like a cheat code for me is the technology that's out here now.
Right.
Like, I can now father my daughter from my house.
That's a plus.
And you know, Kenzie being with her mom.
Yeah.
I can FaceTime her. I can have conversations with her. We even do FaceTime and then, you know, click out of FaceTime while we still on it and go to Roblox and then play Roblox with her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we can play games together. When she over my house, is you know, we got Disney Plus and Netflix, and we can just like watch
why I said
endless movies.
It's pros and cons to
and
that.
towards the back then, we gotta keep watching this tape. You know what I mean?
Nigga, we used to watch Lion King 100 times, bro.
Bro, yeah, I seen that a million
100
times.
times, bro. Come in the house, get your favorite snack, push play on Lion King.
Over the 100th time.
100 times, like.
Yeah, so I would like to say, like, you know, it's easier back then, and even not to mention, like, you know, all the cure for diseases and medicine and all that stuff now too. And you said a good point too, like where we making more money now than we was back then.
Yeah.
Back then we got McDonald's once every 6 months.
You got McDonald's money?
Now now kids get
Shit,
McDonald's.
my son was eating
Now
chicken
kids
nuggets
want Chick-fil-A now.
for a
I don't want
month.
McDonald's.
Yeah.
For a month straight, I had to tell him, no, man, no more, bro. You can't get no more chicken nuggets, bro. Like, that's a wrap. Like, no more McDonald's, bro.
My son chicken nugget me to death.
Man.
I think this is a really important question, though. What do you want to make sure your kids remember about you? Like, when your kids, like, your age now, or just even when they think back on you, like, you know how people say, one thing about my dad that I can, one thing about my mom is she made sure. What's one thing that you want to make sure your kids?
It could depend on me, for sure. Years on years on years on years, no matter, what. Sometimes it's shit, just you being there still saying no, too. You dig what I'm saying? They got to understand, like, how to balance life, how life going to be.
Yeah.
Right. And start from you, like you raising them. You know what I mean? They ain't coming out 2 years old with a 5 years old with a job and shit. Like, you got
right.
But that come with, like, things you do at home. Like, you know what I mean? Like, before, so when they do get out in the world or being able to, school, pre-K, kindergarten, they know how to act. You think what I mean? Be in school acting crazy or not listening, that come with just, teaching them things.
I definitely agree with you. Well, like, they be able to depend on you. So since you said that, I'm gonna go with something different. I'm gonna go with that. I want my son to be like, yo, my pop love me unconditionally, no matter what he chose to be in life, no matter what he's doing. And we know it's 2022, and you know that sexuality is a big thing too. You get what I'm saying? Whether my son turn out to be straight or be gay, like, as it doesn't affect that. That's my son.
Right.
No matter what he do, what he choose, that he always gonna have my support 100% behind him.
That's right.
One thing I want
unless you another ass nigga and I try to take care of your kids or some shit like that, then we gotta have that's a whole different conversation. I gotta put that out there because his Father's Day.
All right, definitely.
One thing I want to make sure my kids remember about me is I was present. I was there. And I wasn't just like, present in the household. Like, I was like present in your life. I was present in your memories. In your memories.
Yeah, active.
We got so many memories together, like, with me and all my kids. You know what I mean? So many memories together. Like, it's so many. So I got so much game. I got, and I taught them so much things. And that's one thing I want them to remember about me, that I was there and I was the best teacher that they ever had.
Yeah, because we are the first teachers, though.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Before they ever go spend 8 hours a day at school.
Right.
Yeah, just I just wanted to know that, I was there.
Yeah, that's major. I don't think a lot of our generation, bro, like our culture, even think about things like that. We got some men that believe, like, man, listen, man, don't ask me for nothing.
As long as I send a check.
As long as I send a check, you should be good. Like, you get what I'm saying? So versus somebody like, man, I don't have the money, but I want my kids every day, and that go a long way too. So I definitely shout out to that. Like, we definitely gotta be dependable, like you said. Love our kids unconditionally and definitely be present. I think those would be like the secret, like you said, the secrets to being a good parent. Like that's but
the main joint you said was transparency. You left that out. That is super duper important. That's something that I wish my mom and dad did with me. Was be more transparent. Growing up, I thought they was robots, so I never thought they really can relate to me. Yeah. Every time they had to chastise me about something, it was no conversation behind it. I was just me getting my ass whooped.
Yeah, no rationale. Like,
it was like it was just me getting a beating though, but it was never like no explanation. Like, all right, I did this before when I was your age, and this how it turned out for me.
They'll tell you.
You know what I mean?
Learn that, man.
Yeah, they make you think that you just super stupid and you out here just making these dumb decisions whole time. Like, you made it, grandma made it, my brother made it. Like, but you not taught. You know what I mean? So like that transparency, that's another layer to your explanation of transparency too.
That's true. Yeah.
Take a moment to give some game to like the new dads out there. Like, you got dads that's out there that just dropped, or you got dads that's, kids' mom is still pregnant though. So, what game would you give them, like, out of your experiences and walks through this fatherhood journey? Like, what game do you got to pass down to them young boys?
First of all, shout out to the moms too out there.
Yeah,
no, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that because on Father's Day, this our day. This Father's Day.
It is our day.
This our day. We not gonna do that.
You're a respectable guy, but some guys need to know that you gotta honor the person that carry your child.
No,
too.
you definitely.
It starts from that too, though. Bro.
Alright,
You don't
okay.
respect the one
They
that's.
work hard.
Oh,
too.
no,
Yeah.
and I thought you was giving them a Mother's Day shout
No,
out.
I'm just
I ain't,
saying,
I'm about
I
to say
just
this
wanted-
our episode.
I didn't want to be lopsided, but we holding it down right now.
Somebody,
Fathers,
somebody
our
girl
week.
gonna be
It's
mad at them. So.
It's our week.
It's our
Somebody
week.
ain't get no
Yeah,
yams
well,
for a
Let it-
week.
Shit, we already getting socks. We can't like this our podcast.
Yeah,
Somebody ain't get
Go
no
home to
yams.
socks.
We comfortable. But in the same token, like
My fault. You said shout out to the moms though.
right, shout out to the moms. But if I was telling somebody just about to have a baby or conceive and whatnot or have one, just be there. Just be there, thick or thin. It don't matter about your finances. You got a lot of money, a little bit of money. Now you don't have all the money for yourself. You gotta definitely spend that money on the child. So you're gonna have to work a little harder.
If you
Just
think
be
you
there,
broke
though.
now,
I'm telling, but kids
What?
don't know broke. Kids
Yeah.
don't know broke. They
That's
just
facts.
know dad.
No, that's
You know what I
real.
mean?
That's
like not
serious,
to cut
though.
you off. Like I got a small story. When I lost my job, y'all know I was working
Yeah.
at Kicks for a long time.
Right.
When I lost my job though, like I went on hard times where like I really was broke. I was used to having a job for 7 years straight, having an income, and then I just didn't no more.
Right.
So it was times where it was like real hard times where like it was times where I couldn't even like eat.
Right,
But I
yeah.
still made sure I was getting Mackenzie every weekend though.
Right.
But what had changed was, shout out to my daughter mom, was she used to send Mackenzie with food. Which was kind of like a low point for me as a dad though. It was a low point for me, but I feel like as a man, which is a different story. Like I feel like certain people was treating me different too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Remember
I
you
feel
said
like
he started off with what?
I felt like I was becoming a
Honor the
burden.
mothers.
Yeah, I was becoming like a burden and stuff like that. Yeah, honor the mothers though, and I ain't trying
Yeah.
to take over. I'm just
I'm
giving you an
with
example
I'm with you.
of like So it was times where she used to like send Mackenzie with her and food. You know what I mean? So kids don't know broke. All they know is dad. Like I told you, I got to a point where I felt like people was treating me different. I felt like I was a burden to people
Right.
and stuff like that. But one thing Mackenzie was doing was like she treated me the same.
Right.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Everything was daddy. She still wanted to do this with me. She still,
Bro, you know our
of course,
culture don't
was asking
value.
for stuff,
You know our
but-
culture don't value broke niggas, bro. So you already know about that.
that's a different story.
Yeah,
but
so that's the reason
I just
why.
said that. I just said that just to add on to what you were saying. Though, like it really don't matter if you financially stable or not. Kids don't know broke. They just know dad. That's it.
I got
Long
like-
as you there, like if you ain't got a car, take a bus over there.
Right.
I got
If
like
you ain't got a bus, ask your daughter, like asking like, yo, can you drop her off to me? I'm gonna keep her this.
I
Just
remember
do
I was
that.
riding a bike. I was riding a bike from West Philly.
niggas.
Go
Y'all
get
see
down
that? He
the
just
way.
said, bro. Listen, my man said he's
Damn,
riding a bike
back.
to go see his kids, bro. Ain't no excuse.
Ain't no excuses.
And the way the gas is
That
right
shit
now,
is
I might go
good.
ride a bike to see my son next week.
Rough.
you still got that bike, bro? Like, this
Ain't no excuses.
$6
bro.
a
Out of
gallon,
respect, I used to
bro.
be sitting with. I used to be like, chilling with chicks at the time or whatever. But everybody know, every chick I talk to know that on Fridays though, you got to go home or
gotta get my
weekend.
child,
Kinsey
right,
coming
right,
up,
right,
and
right,
it was
yeah.
a time before I had a car and stuff like that. I had chicks saying like, yeah, you can use my car to go there, or I can take you to go get her. And
Oh, yeah.
out of respect, I'm not bringing another chick to my daughter mom's house though. But
Nigga, she done knocked
but
you
out
out
of
too,
respect
though.
though, like.
That's a one other
No.
conversation.
No, but out of respect though, like no, like you said, you was riding a bike over there. I used to catch. No, I would catch the bus to go get her. Like what I
Yeah.
mean. It was no excuses,
Ain't nothing
none
wrong
of
with
that. Out of respect for my daughter, mom, and just me still showing up for Kenzie. I'm gonna meet everybody halfway, and I'm gonna catch a bus up there, and then catch a bus back, even if I had a ride or not.
I got kind of like two things I would tell these new fathers that becoming fathers, right? The first thing is know who you are as a person, right? Know your trauma, know what you went through, right? Understand yourself as a person because you about to bring a whole nother person into this world, and the trauma that you experience, the worst thing you could do is continue that cycle with your children. And then my second thing would be is like you gotta love your kid no matter what, because I keep bringing this up, but you hear a lot of people say that their mom didn't tell them they loved them when they was kids. Their dad really didn't tell them that they loved them, or they didn't know if their dad supported them 100%, or the decisions they made. It's for me, there's no excuse for not, raising your child the correct way or not loving them because they're not doing what you want them to do. Like, they still their own person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty much sure that you didn't do what your parents wanted you to do. Like, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, just love your kids, man, and heal yourself first because that's gonna be the major thing. Papas don't gotta know Tonka, right? the Tonka I used to be. All Papas want to know is the man that I put in front of him every day.
Right.
So whatever I used to be, if you was a nut ass nigga, like you know what I mean, if you was a nut ass nigga, you treated one wrong, whatever the case may be, what type of person you was before, your child literally doesn't have to know that. You get what I'm saying? What your child gonna see is the best dad in the world, or the best perfect role model as a father, because that's what you showed them.
Right,
and that's how like I constantly think, and I think a lot of people need to think about that too. Like, show your kids something different. Like, you know what I mean? So
without a doubt.
The game I got is watch what you say to these kids.
Oh yeah.
Watch what you say to them. Don't just like promise them. Don't make empty promises. Don't be a man of your word. Basically, always be a man of your word. From your baby being a baby or the kid still in the womb, you got time. And even now, like, you know, start today. Be a man of your word though, because like that's actually like teaching your kid how to trust too. In a way.
Oh wow, yeah.
You know, me being a girl dad with daughters and stuff like that, I gotta make sure I'm the first man that's keeping their word in their life.
You said that, and I remember a girl back in the day was like, nobody go through on their word. They'll tell me something and never follow through. And I'm like, what the fuck's you talking about?
Yeah,
but you said as being a girl
as a
dad,
girl dad, that's very important though. I can't like, you know, be empty on my promises and, you know, doing stuff that I'm not doing, and then, you know, growing up and then my kids meeting a guy and they not keeping their promises, but she used to it. You know what I mean? And then God, you know, one time he do keep one promise out of 40 that he dropped. She's super happy about that.
So all y'all young men that watching this right now, don't date his daughter. His daughter gonna give y'all hell.
Like, you know what I mean? Like you teaching, it's like you basically like rewarding the fish for swimming at that point. Oh, he finally kept his word. Now I'm super happy. No, teach him young. Be like, and this like, it don't matter. Like, kids always remember what you say to them, no matter how little you may think it is. Even as small as like, you got some dads out here talking to their kids. Yeah, I'm gonna pick you up from school tomorrow. Then you go to sleep that night and forget you even said that whole time. The next day at school, the kids looking at the door every hour.
Yeah,
you feel what I'm saying?
You know my cousin Sean Clay, right? He always just said, yo, I'm about to take y'all see this new Spider-Man movie. That's not how my dad, but I used to remember that, like,
everybody, bro.
As soon as I see Sean,
everybody
like,
got stories like that.
We gonna go see that Spider-Man movie or next time. I'm like, yo, bro, you said this time. Like,
and that's the point I'm trying to make. Everybody got stories like that, and I'm sure that if you ask Sean wouldn't remember.
He probably didn't, yeah, because
Sean won't remember.
Cousins, like, you know what I mean, right? Exactly.
Sean wouldn't remember, and that's what I'm saying. Like, kids, as adults, we got so much going on in our mind. Like, we got work, and you know, we got pay bills, and we got other situations and stuff to attend to. We got so much. Life. We got our own life basically, and kids, all they got to worry about is the game and school. So they remember, they holding on to everything that you're saying to them. Yeah. So don't just tell them stuff out of passing just to get them out your face, or just to say, all right, I'm gonna take you tomorrow. All right, let me just go back to sleep. Watch what you're saying to these kids, because they hold on to it, and you don't want to damage them getting older.
That's being transparent.
Yeah. And
it goes back to that.
That's it. I'm gonna thank y'all for coming, fellas. I appreciate it.
Yo, this is my third time, y'all. Listen, man, y'all want me to be on this next episode? DM Devilz Advocate
so if y'all
podcast.
Want me to be on this next episode?
DM Heartless Heem. That's his Instagram. Make sure y'all like, yo, man. Make sure that Tonka back on this next episode.
Yo, if y'all want to be back on this next episode, just DM the podcast, or DM me personally, or DM the podcast or whatever.
Yeah,
just let me know
listen, man,
if you'll be a good guest or not. Though.
Listen, I love everybody, but y'all DMing me. This is not my show. I can't do nothing for y'all. All I'm gonna do is all I'm gonna do is like, yo, I'm gonna hit my man up like, yo, he XYZ try to get on the show. You know what I mean? I think you should. And then I bring it across. This the boss man right here, man. That's this. He came up with this idea about a year or two ago. He really put this work in for this platform to come to this. This is he put his blood, sweat, and tears. There's no cap. So so that's why
we only getting better. I appreciate that. We only getting better too. Happy Father's Day for the Father's Day out there.
Happy Father's Day, everybody. You know.
And this is our day, man. This our day.
Yeah, just a day.
Nah, man, we gonna do a month next time, man. Happy Father's Day month. We gonna start that up.
Yeah, we get a different color sock every day.
Yeah, all right.